good times of the year. 'Cause it's the time we love and share. We don't just care, say we care and spare. 'Cause God never gave us anything to spare. God gave us all that's here, so we can share, so we can share. And it's time for us to see that all that is here, that they can have their need, they can have their need. Let's feed the hungry. Let's be a friend to the lonely. Let's visit the orphans and the widows. Let's visit those who are seniors. Let's visit those who are lonely, those who have lost their family, those who have lost their mom or their dad. Realize that's what it's all about. It's not about us being selfish and us saying, let's go to family, let's go to humanity, let's go to humanity. That's what the legend, the great Tim Hortons do. Because everyone, we all belong. And in Toronto, yes, I'm here, your incoming mayor in 2026. Have a happy day. Make sure you have a happy day. Because happiness is the new way. Happiness every day. That's Mayor Kevin Clark and the good people, the associate mayor, and the children is our deputy mayor. You tell the media, line up your candidates. The people are taking back City Hall. God is with us. Mr. Kevin Clark and the people. We are going to make Toronto a happy city. A happy city. Oh, hey, hey. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Don't forget what I say to you. What I say to you, and you better listen. And you better listen and see that we resolve this truth. Because that chow, that corrupt chow, and that, those propaganda media, and those who want to deceive you, and they say they're there to help the homeless. But tell me something. If you are there helping the homeless, how come you have a home, you have a job, you have a car, you have an abundance of food, you can go to Tim Hortons all the time, you got all sorts of extra. How come the homeless don't have a home? Explain that. How come this ground is the homeless home? And then, what do? You violated the sanctity of this country. Canada was founded on the supremacy of God and the rule of law. And the rule of law says you must respect the law. And for how long you've been breaking the law? Someone get displaced, they get homeless, they go outside, they're sleeping on this ground. And if you tell them they can't get a tent, they can't put a cardboard box on the ground, they can't put a blanket or an umbrella, they can't cover themselves so they can stay alive and enjoy their God-given rights. The right to choose to live. That's why they have the tent over their head. That's why you're under a bridge. That's why you're in an alleyway. That's why you're duck and you're doing the shop or the coffee shop. Why do you think you're sitting on a streetcar or a bus traveling up and down until the morning comes? When you say you got no shelter beds, you got none, and you say, hold it. What the hell are you talking about? It's not corrupt child. It's a corrupt crap. You have? Is it cold? Is it cold? What if you had to sleep on this ground? What would you do if you had to sleep on this ground? And they come and take your blanket, your sleeping bag. Huh? They leave you, not even with a jacket. This is how people sleep in the sea of Toronto. And God bless my mom, my brother, my sister, now you, Jackie, I know you're going to go off. I know you're going to go off. Mom, you're going to see. Let me tell you something. We're going to witness to you now. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my sister. Those who had said, nobody care about you. Nobody love you. There's this gang over here that stopped me, attacked me, assaulted me, robbed me, and he tried to kill me and tried to bear false witness and tell people to take my hands, hang me up on a cross and nail me to it. Yeah, corrupt gang here. Some dude, and we're gonna clear it up one. God to your life. Some dead person been here for 3 days. He said, well, if you want to move for kids, if you look, well, you see, there's a child, Jared said it died. So Scott Curry, see, ZELIKZ. I wonder if he's related to that criminal in Toronto 43 that was crew theft. Because true theft, you are a criminal. You laid criminal charges against me on March 30th. Merry Christmas, everyone! March 30th, 2025. You said, after I told you, your cop, I was able to save this building from burning down, from an electronic fire, an electrical fire that's caused by man plugging in an electronic device, the whole device, with a well-known lithium battery. And you said, him telling you that was the cause of the fire. You said, no, that's not what happened. You said the man was in Canada's highest court, the Supreme Court of Canada, after stopping fake media, fake elected, illegally appointed by the city of Toronto, Olivia, who beat not even 6, she beat 5 candidates out of 102. You say that only that 5 out of 102, that's 5%. You're saying that you only represent 5% of the people if you only have to beat 5% of the field. On March 30th, 2026, 2:45 p.m., after the lady at unit 913 in this building cooked some good food and I was hungry. And she dropped off, I believe it was some form of gold or some form of chain, but it was darn good food. And at 2:45 p.m., I entered back my apartment, which I left about 4 to 5 minutes earlier to go down to a great lady on the 5th floor who helped me with this dog that I rescued from an abuse, even though I was bitten between the leg 8 times in a close encounter with a pit bull, this little dog, that they called deformed, that they said the dog was like he was against someone on the dog. The dog is a boil on you see, and see. Let me get up there. Said at 2:45 p.m. After I went downstairs, the woman on 5 who helped me with the dog. I came back up to where I had seen the individual who I was going to kicked out to freeze to death, and I gave a place today. They kicked him out within 2 days after his wife of 30-something years died, saying, oh, you weren't on the lease. Well, they were just getting back together, you darn. They were on a lease before, were they not? And the man is grieving, he would kick him out in the streets, and I had to bring him in. And you were sleeping in a park with kicks. And bad it was sleeping in a park. Yeah, you have to get after like cut off. I think he sent me some photo. Yeah, cut off. You and Matt, he couldn't even watch. I just throw out in the freezing cold now. This is your yard, because that's what I do. I've been there before. I'm not going to leave a man out in the freezing cold after he just came out of the hospital and then cut First, let's have his feet off. They can sleep outside the park where they bit infected. So they lost him. And Coot says, 2:45 p.m. He entered this unit, not knowing that the individual I tried to save, who ironically turned out used to work with the Toronto Police Service, going in and out of jail. He had no criminal record, who had lost his wife, never got to mourn, on welfare, out picking up cigarette butts. Crew test this. I, not knowing. When I left to go downstairs and walk back here, he got I know. Paul went in, dropped off the dog. Went was showing. Went into this room, picked up his knapsack, took his cell phone. In this socket, you'll see how it was wired. It was like all out everywhere. Nothing was covered, nothing was there. And plugged it in. And the rope to it. I did not know. So when I came back, saw the dog. He sat on the computer. I was typing a letter to find my country. To act wisely, then not acknowledge the people of the city of Toronto. Reach out. The Canadian history was the first person in Canadian history who did not fulfill the legal requirements to secure the office of mayor 90 days after election day. That would have been September 23rd, because Section 262, not that's the difference. The provision in the Provincial Election Act says even in the city of Pointe, to see that everything's transparency and it was done legally, any citizen can contest that appointment to a court of law. And Canada was founded on the supremacy of God and the rule of law. And the rule of law said, once a citizen enter a court of law, within 90 days, legal provincial prison, and file an illegal application with the courts to legally prevent that appointment of that mayor to become legal until this court case is commenced. That immediately nullified that person from legally securing the office of mayor until it goes through the courts. The child was served, the media was served, they ignored it. And 450 days, the battle not only Superior Court of Ontario, Superior Court of Appeals, and Supreme Court of Canada, and we even at that point exercised the first time we stood in Canadian history for the office of mayor of Toronto, Rule 73 of the Supreme Court of Canada. That's March 30th, 2026. At that time also, I was the applicant in the Superior Court of Ontario, putting the Toronto Police and their overseer, at that point it was called OIPRD, Ontario Independent Police Review Act. Now it's called LECA, LECA, on trial for corruption. And that case is still before the courts, because the courts did rule in my favor, Mr. Kevin Clark, on behalf of the people. And they did rule that the overseer of the police did violate the law. And the police, and there was no investigation of the allegation, and they fabricated a report. Those I have to go and take up there. Remember, I was ordered almost left to die for 8 months. charged for endangering this animal, saving the animal on the fire. But if I agree not to come back here, where I pattern this organization on corruption, also on the Corrupt Housing Corporation and the Ontario Human Rights, yeah, all three. I just withdraw, the county mayor, the Chinese High Court, the corrupt police, and the overseer in Ontario High Court, and Toronto Corrupt Housing Canada's largest corporation in the Human Rights Commission on March 30th, 2025. But after I sat here and I ate ladies' food, food was so good, I said, I didn't want a cigarette. On my way to have a cigarette, I had to take a crap. And I'm very glad I stopped here. Blue eyes smoothies. And that's my alarm saying, smoke, the smoke here. That's when I realized it was coming up. Cigarette. Walk past the alarm. Walk here and go to the desk. Pick up a CD. And fan until the others. But then there was no sense in my close down. So I heard the alarm. And I started smoking out the cigarette that I was looking at. But I sensed the smell, and the smell was burning. So I opened the door. Yeah, so cold in here. I had to use the stove. So I came over here and I looked towards nothing. So and I figured they were going. Oh. Oh, nice. Nothing this morning. Then I opened it. Oh my God! Like this is not with black smoke. And go. I was screaming this, Paul. There was a space when I thought, I'm trying to hit myself thinking, what am I doing? I tried to figure out going there screaming, Paul. And I couldn't get on. Yes, at that point, I saw the dog and I said, Ain't out. She had no leash on. Went over here. Press the fire alarm. This time I'm in just shorts, nothing, rather smoke thing. Ran back here screaming, Paul. And then I'm gonna wake up. And the turn came towards here. I tried to press, you're pressing now. Nothing too much. So I tried, can't too much smoke. And she out. Through here. God, get her, go. Go. Khrushchev said that didn't. Khrushchev said 2:45 p.m. Open the door. You ready? No, my chest was there. Close the door. Khrushchev said, I lit a cigarette, deliberately turned the room, closed the door. Then I hung around for about 10 minutes. Then I in turn decided that no, I had to go and get that smoke. So I finished it out here, came back, and in turn, I tried to put the fire out, and they wouldn't go out. So in turn, I let my two cats died out of that 5 years that had last 5 little pieces of hope, prosperity. Mr. One who more than yet. He said, no, I left them there, but in turn, this dog, whose head was out to here, whose heels was out to here, so people call this in the form, I decided to rescue this dog, and me and this dog conspired to deliberately throw a cigarette in there. We tried to put it out, and then we deliberately committed arson and killed the two cats. And then we and the dog ran out, infested area. After they caught up to us and handcuffed it and charged me with arson and threatened to send the dog to Humane Society. And I didn't say, they send the Humane Society. I didn't know that when she's 13, but that's what she is. They had to put her down. But if you agree not to go back and continue to fight against the city, against the corrupt mayor, and against the corrupt police, and against the corrupt police investigators, and against the corrupt houses, if you agree not to go back to where you can defend the people's rights as published to the government so they can subject themselves to the government authority, proper law, so people respect the law, if you agree to leave all that, that's not coming to 500 meters and be homeless, then you can save the dog's life because you can take the dog with you. Oh, by the way, you're also charged for endangering that dog that we gave to your friend, that you don't have possession of because you are not a dog. And handcuff that dog. Oh, you're allowed to take that dog, your charge for criminal invasion to the streets. You're not allowed to take it to your home where there's a pumpkin amount of food, everything that was there. Yes, it's true. It's damn true. It did happen. And that's it. Part one, to God be the glory. Unbelievable. They killed me once. The flesh of Jesus, they say. And then your cops try to publicly cause my death, which would have been murder. And blame it on homelessness. Why I didn't keep paying my rent? Rugged cross. On that old rugged cross. There is but when Christ lives and dear Lamb of God, just to go very high from his own life to peace. So I trust your cross. Of course I did. If Jesus never died on the cross, you're 22-year detective still can't treat you with a other than my death to die on the street, knowing that I did no criminal wrong. He said that you can go up the apartment and try to see that fire marshal report. But yet, after I put forth the pre-trial, went through first, the judge gave 3 weeks. It was a fire marshal report. I said, this from the living rooms and the bedrooms, where the bedroom doors closed. 3 weeks later, they come up with some story. Oh, the fire marshal did hold it to public housing corporation. So you have one person who handles a public fire that killed my 2 animals. I remember nearly killed me, nearly killed my dog, and could have killed all these people here if I wasn't swift enough to press the alarms and run to inform people. And you're saying one person, oh, well, when you can get it? Well, we can get an update tomorrow. And I finally put it on another month, and the judge says, this is unbelievable. Are you serious? Unbelievable. That's all the judge said. And the crown attorney says, Your Honor, I don't know how this could happen. I don't know what if this fire marshal would do something like this and this cop. So he used the fire marshal report that when the judge gave him 3 weeks Because the fire marshal wasn't there, so he can get the report below it. When you had laid charges against me, the only way it could have been a legal, lawful charge, coup theft, is if you did a fire marshal report. And if 7.5 months after, when it just gave you 3 weeks, you say that the guy was on vacation and you didn't hold it. Are you saying you said you had a report and you told me, but you didn't? That's